ASMR Sports. Back at you after a bit of a hiatus. Sorry about that. I don't know. I just, for whatever reason, haven't had time. I feel like I've been going to sleep a lot later than I normally have been, but my latest addiction, which is interfering with recording videos, is chess. So I want to talk a little bit about that in this video. I'm going to do some butterscotch hard candy. These things kind of start to stick together because it's quite humid in the basement in the summer, especially in the spring when there's, it's flooding season. There's a lot of moisture from the melted snow going in the ground, saturating the ground, and then any rain that comes basically, creates major problems. Oh man, you know what? This is like the first video I think I've recorded since like a week ago. We had a pretty strong rainstorm one morning, and it actually managed to get some water in my basement, which, when you have this kind of sports cards I have in your basement, you're really not excited about that. My basement has flooded. Well, I wouldn't say flooded, but it's gotten, water seepage quite a number of times over the years. My dearly departed mother, who lived in my house before me, had a sump pump system put in, which, if you're not from the Midwest, you probably have no idea what a sump pump system is, but basically it's just a kind of a drainage system that goes underneath or around your foundation, the cement that forms your basement, and then it drains into basically like a hole, like a cylinder in the ground. And then what you do is you have a pump that goes into that cylinder, and when the water goes, from the ground into the drainage system and then into that cylinder, that hole, there's a pump that gets triggered when the water is over a certain level and pumps it outside your house. And that's that. And my sump pump system has been going like freaking non-stop for 2 weeks. You've heard it on these videos before. It's been it's been going at some level or another for, I don't know, about a month or so, basically since the snow thawed. Anyways, that's my sump pump story. It's my basement flooding story. I have a lot of anxiety, as most Midwesterners do, about water in the basement, but when my collection is down here, I have more anxiety since you don't want paper, cardboard to get wet. I thought I would, at all times I'm basically thinking about what's hot in the sports card world. What do I want to dig out of my boxes of, many boxes of cards, and think about selling because the players are doing well. And as I was going through the large monster boxes of cards last week or so, I know I saw quite a number of this guy Taylor Ward's, and I remember when I pulled one on the video I did of me looking through some of those cards, I was like, oh, is Taylor Ward doing good this year? Because I feel like I have seen things suggesting he is. And I actually did not end up pulling like most of the Taylor Wards that I saw, but they were, base rookies, so probably not super expensive. Anyways, I realized quickly thereafter that, in fact, Taylor Ward is dominating with the Angels this year, just hitting out of his mind. I think he might have like the highest average in baseball. Let's look up real quick. God, I hate pop-ups. My goodness. Let's see. Oh wow. Not only is the basically the leader in average, he's the leader in combination of your on-base percentage, so your walks and your hits, and your slugging percentage, which is a measure of how many total bases you're getting. So you get credited more for a double than a single, and more for a triple than either of those two, and a home run 4 times as much as a single. Anyway, so OPS is a quick measure of offensive kind of power, or offensive output. And Taylor Ward has the highest OPS in all of baseball, followed by his teammate Mike Trout. So pretty crazy. I mean, that's not easy to do. Trout has been top of the OPS for quite a while. I think since the beginning of the season, basically. And Aaron Judge is in 3rd place, and that guy's raking. I know that more intimately because I watch, pretty much all the Yankee games. Whereas LA, the Angels, I don't, really follow any of their stuff. So I know that they're doing really well, and I know Trout is having a, another typical fantastic year. But that Taylor Ward, this guy's been contributing quite a bit, as has Ohtani, both as a pitcher, who's doing quite well as a pitcher, and, hitting. I think he's got like at least 7 or 8 home runs at this point. Let's see if I can sort these stats. So Judge is the leader of Major League Baseball with 14 home runs. Yordan Alvarez has 12. Let's see if Taylor Ward has 9. Ohtani has 8. So a lot of really good offense on the Angels this year. Anyways, so I pull out cards of guys that are, kind of doing well. I went through my Angels collection of rookies sorted by team, and I looked for Taylor Ward's, and sure enough, I had some. This is just a base top chrome rookie. This is a hyper prism. Actually, I think they call this a prism, like PRISM. Prism refractor in Topps terminology. So that's actually a really nice one. These are fairly rare, not numbered. Then I got this 2017 Bowman draft paper, numbered to 99. And here's a first Bowman from all the way back in 2015. So yeah, that would have been the first time he had Bowman cards, 2015. Bowman. It's weird, the numbering is 130, which suggests this is not Bowman draft. But regular Bowman, but they would usually have like a prospects, like a BP number. Like, let's see what's on the 2000. There's BP 80, so this would be a Bowman paper. So I'm not sure about the numbering. That's interesting. So anyways, that's 2015. This is 2016. These are more. Oh wow, I didn't even realize I had this. This is a gold. I pulled these cards out and I didn't even realize this was parallel. Unfortunately, that corner is pretty. We get into focus, but the corner is kind of rough. These golds tend to have pretty rough condition issues for whatever reason. But that would have been a sweet card if it was not for this bum corner. Yeah, it's too bad. All the other corners look, actually the bottom corner on that side is pretty crappy too, so I don't know, it's just that pack must have been abused, but these are numbered to 2019, so that's pretty sweet actually. And this is a Topps Heritage Minor League jersey card, not numbered, so I got some pretty sweet cards there. Of Taylor Ward, I'm going to have to get those sold before he turns into a human. Celtics, I have a few guys. Actually, a couple with the last name Williams. There's Robert Williams and there's Grant Williams. Both have had pretty good little playoff performances here. Unfortunately, the Celtics lost Game 1 against the Heat, and it was a bummer because I'm strongly rooting for the Celtics and then the Mavericks on the Western Conference, but I was very curious to see how this game would turn out because Miami Heat is the number 1 seed in the East, and they, licensing, but they really don't have any like hobby superstars. They have some very solid players, you know, in Jimmy Butler, you know, who's a longtime veteran, kind of having a resurgence. He used to be, you know, one of the very top guys. And I think, you know, generally has done fairly well, but has not been like super spectacular, I don't think. In more recent years, I mean, he's just kind of getting up there in age, but he's having a really nice playoff run. And Bam Adebayo is another guy who is a really solid player defensively and, you know, usually offensively. And they got like Tyler Hero, and then like, you know, quite a few sort of solid role player types, but no real hobby superstars. Nobody who's, you know, Prism rookies and PSA 10 are really going for noteworthy figures. Whereas, so, I mean, they're a great sort of team basketball sort of operation. I've watched like basically nothing of them except for what I watched of the first game with Boston. And the Celtics, unfortunately, were out one of their better role players, and still had a lead that was pretty sizable going in the third quarter. But then, like third quarter onward, it was pretty much all the Heat. But anyways, the Celtics have Jason Tatum, who's probably, you know, going to be one of the top 5 players in the league in the next 5 years or so. And, you know, that's kind of what I look for in a team I want to see go deep into the playoffs in basketball. Obviously, the Mavericks have my man, Luka Doncic. And Golden State, you know, I'm not as big a fan of because they have Steph Curry, and, you know, he's obviously still very talented, relevant player, but, you know, he's been around a long, long time. And that means, like, just personally, I don't have really any cards of him, any rookie cards, I should say, of him, so I'm much less vested in his success. But, you know, I'm a huge Mavericks fan and a Luka fan, so, like, even if I had lots of cards of Steph Curry, I would be rooting for the Mavs for that reason. But, like, you know, on the Eastern Conference, where I don't really care who wins, at a personal level, the team I want to win is going to be the one with the most hobby relevant players, and so that's clearly Boston. Anyways, so I pull out this Grant Williams autograph rookie card. Those are going for like $50 or something, I think. I just looked up. And then the last, like, super hot player is the one and only Aaron Judge. This is a really nice red number to 5 silver pack auto from 2022 Topps in the 1987 Topps design. So I don't know if these are being redeemed yet or not. I haven't seen any of the actual cards show up from any of the autographs out of this silver pack set. So I'm kind of thinking they're not out yet. This is a 2013 Bowman Sterling. This would be his, like, you know, rookie card. Same year as his first Bowman autograph. Picked this up, I don't know, it was probably, it was at a time when, you know, he was pretty popular, around 2017 and 18, before he had, you know, some kind of injury-laden years. And so this was when he was still hot, like, the first time around, and I paid probably more than I would have liked, given, you know, how he has dropped in popularity because of his injury issues. This year he's having kind of a career year, which, you know, is perfect for him because he's going to be a free agent after this year. But anyways, long story short, I didn't get a real bargain on this card, but it's probably gone up significantly in value in the last, you know, month because of how he's doing this year. And then I just got I pulled all my rookie cards and, like, parallels and autographs. This is kind of a weird autograph. It's got one of those fake kind of medallion commemorative medallion, they call it. It is from 2018 Topps Series 2. I can't remember. I think I bought this just like this on eBay. And it was one of the first Aaron Judge autographs that I ever got. So it was pretty cheap because it's a weird kind of an oddball set. And it's a sticker auto. So not a ton of value in this one, but it was my first Judge auto, so pretty cool. This is a black 2018. Boy, there's like some stuff I feel like on that card. I should really take this out and figure out what the hell's going on. I don't have a screwdriver around here though. But I bought this from a local card show dealer that I was pretty friendly with. He always knew I was looking for Yankee cards, so he'd wait for me to show up. But man, I missed those shows. This guy stopped doing card shows, and actually there's another guy in my area who does card shows, but I haven't really been to card shows since the pandemic. If you watch this show, you know I'm like a germaphobe, and I'm really not super excited about crowds of people. But slowly but surely I'll eventually get there. Maybe like this fall or something, because card shows kind of dry up around here where I am, because everybody during the entire summer, everybody is out in the lakes country. Like they have lake cabins, or they just go rent a place, or they camp or whatever. They're just always, using the summers here to get away. And so, it's sort of notoriously difficult to get anybody to do anything on the weekend around here, because they're all, out at the lakes swimming and boating and fishing and what have you. So anyways, I might not see another card show until fall at this point, and that's probably maybe when hopefully, I'll feel like it's relatively safe from a COVID perspective to do some of those events. It could be a little busy. Anyway, so yeah, this was a dealer I got, or a card I got from a dealer that I knew, and let's see, he had like a $75 price. I'm sure I paid like $25 for this. He always, had way higher prices on cards than he was selling for. So this is just an all-star game card from 2018 update. So it's not the best card to have a parallel of, but any black number to 67 is pretty cool. Speaking of Topps flagship parallels, here's a gold 2018 second year rookie cup. And this is a rainbow parallel. I think when this set first came out, when Aaron Judge was coming off like his historic rookie of the year season, and that was kind of the first release of Topps flagship that, occurred after I got back into the hobby in 2017. And so, I don't know, I was just really excited about this card, and for a minute there, I was gonna try to do, get as many parallels of this card as I could, and so these were the first two I bought, but then I totally, forgot about the whole project. So another rookie card. This is from Topps Holiday. Just some 2000, what are these for? These are 2015, yeah, it's the same as the Taylor Ward card where he had his first Bowman. So some papers, and then one chrome. And then the rookie card logo. Bowman's. I remember this card is very kind of special to me because, again, I got back into the hobby in 2017. I collected a ton when I was a kid from I don't know when that was, 86 or 7. I suppose it was about 87. I mean, I bought my first cards in 86, but I didn't really consider myself a collector. But then 87, I kind of really got into it. Back with the 87 Topps wood grain border set. And, I was just a school kid at that time. And anyways, basically until I went to college, I was pretty huge into sports cards. And then I just sort of didn't do anything with it for many, 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 many years. Until 2017, I started kind of following the Yankees a little more closely again. And, read about this kid, Aaron Judge, who was just hitting, tons and tons of home runs. And I remember, going to a card show at that time, and people were like, oh man, you got Aaron Judge judges, I mean, this is just, I overheard conversations, and they would be like, oh, you got Aaron Judge, you got Aaron Judge, and like, and I was like, man, I can't believe like anybody is like that hot of a, player. And so I went to Target, and I went and bought some 2018 Bowman, and I pulled some of these, and they were going for like $8 all day long on eBay, and you could get packs for whatever they were, like $2.99 at retail, and pull a bunch of these out if you got a few packs. And I was like, man, sports cards are actually kind of a good deal again. You can sell base cards for $8, and Target has plenty of this stuff for sale. Well, that was kind of the beginning of the end in terms of being able to find stuff at retail, but it was good while it lasted. Anyways, that really is kind of what got me back into cards again, and kind of a bigger collector than I was even as a kid. Some more early Bowmans. It's a Bowman Chrome rookie card, and a Bowman's Best rookie card, and a Topps Chrome. So anyways, there's some of my better Aaron Judges. I have a 2013 Bowman, I think it's draft that he's in, autographed, first Bowman rookie. It doesn't actually say first Bowman on his first Bowman card, ironically enough, but it is his first Bowman auto, and I have a BGS 9 of that, and it's in my kind of personal collection of graded cards. Alright, this is probably going to be a long video, just because I'm catching up on a lot of stuff. So apologies if you don't like the mishmash. But I had an order come in from Target, and I think both of these items are still available on their website, so I'd encourage you to go to Target.com and pick this stuff up if you have an interest. I'm kind of surprised that Bowman is still around, but you can only order 3 boxes. However, if there's, by the way, that's the Sump pump going on. If the bots wanted this stuff, they would certainly have emptied it out, but the bots do not want this stuff. People with bots, they can buy unlimited amounts of this stuff. These sell for $29.99 on Target, and I'm sure on eBay they're going for like, $31.50, which means after you pay the fees, you're losing money on this stuff, so that's why the bots are not interested. However, if there's a prospect or two that makes a name for themselves in this product, these are going to be going for $50-$60 by next year or next couple years. So if you can buy something like this and hang on to it for a while, it's probably gonna appreciate significantly in value. And it used to be that even at $29.99 probably these would sell out, because they'd flip them right away for like $50 a piece, but market just isn't there anymore for that. But I think the market is there for buying and holding these things for a couple of years, 2, 3, 4 years, waiting for the top first Bowman cards in here to gain in value. And then you've got like the 2020 Bowman Blasters from 2 years ago, which were pretty available when they came out, even though there was a much bigger flip prospect with that product than there is with this one, the market having slowed significantly since then. But in any event, it was certainly possible to get those, and I did pick up a few of those, although I had a bunch of hobby 2020 Bowman, so I didn't really try that hard. But anyways, those blasters went for $19.99 back then. They raised the price, and now I think those blasters are probably $100 or so. So there's like a 5x value in 2 years. I don't know what 2021 Bowman Blasters go for, but I bet it's probably, $40, $50, something like that. So these do go up in value. These are $29.99, as I said, which is $10 higher than they have been in prior years. I'm going to open up one of those, see what we get inside. The thing I got is Bowman U. I think they call this Bowman University. So this is, yet another like kind of college and prospective draft pick set that's possible because of the name, likeness, and image contracts that NCAA athletes can sign, and then get in sets like this in exchange for, payment from Topps or other companies that want to do stuff like this. So let's see, pink refractor parallels exclusive to the value box, and then you can see a bunch of different parallels here. Yeah, I don't know who the names I'd be looking for in there. I'm probably not going to open those, but we'll see how we feel after we get through these Bowman. But I want to tell you guys about chess because, chess is interesting. I pretty much have never played chess, except when I was in high school. One time there was a chess club, and it met after school, and my mom was a single mom, and she worked till 5 o'clock every night, and for whatever reason, we live in the Midwest, grew up in the Midwest, and people don't really walk here, right? They don't, and they barely ride their bikes. So my school was probably this is high school. It was probably a, I don't know, 15 minute walk to my house, but for some reason, I don't know, it was just accepted by both myself and my mom that I was not going to walk home from school. It's kind of funny as I think about this because, you're in high school, you're a pretty capable young person. You can certainly walk 15 minutes home, but and it's funny because in a big city, I think kids are expected to walk much further distances or bike ride or whatever, to get to wherever. But somehow in the Midwest, if it takes more than 5 minutes to walk somewhere, you're not going to walk there no matter what. You're going to you have to drive there. So anyways, okay, long story short is what basically after school that ended at 3 or 3:30, I would have to wait an hour and a half for my mom to pick me up, and I think eventually when I was older I just started hanging out with my friends at their houses if they lived nearby or they had a car, and that's kind of how I rolled when I got a little older in high school. But when I was just a beginning high schooler, I just basically stayed at school for an extra hour and a half, and I kind of enjoyed it because everybody left. It was just me and the remaining teachers and a few kids in detention, and some kids doing homework, in the library or whatever. So I used to hang out in the library for an hour and a half, and I'd do my homework and try to get something accomplished. But they had a chess club at one point, and they would play after school, and I was there, and I was like, all right, let's do this. So I was just playing chess games, but basically all I knew was how the pieces moved. And I just would move them randomly and try not to die, get my pieces taken. And I don't know, I don't think I ever won a match. I don't really remember playing that many. I just sort of remember doing that a few times. But that was pretty much the only exposure I ever had to chess. And I think I always liked the idea of chess. But I decided I wanted to get my kids to play chess because I think it's a good, probably, game for mental development. So I was like, all right, I gotta learn this game. So, I quickly refreshed myself on how the pieces move and what the rules en passant and, castling and some of these basic rules of chess that you don't really know unless you've never played it. And I hadn't played it for many, many years, so I had pretty much had to learn everything. I knew the way the knights move and the bishops and the queens. Pretty much, I guess all the pieces I knew how they moved, but I didn't know some of the rules, like the ones I just mentioned. But Luis Heel had a cup of Joe in the majors the other day. He had the start, but then got sent right back down. I think he won that game, or at least the Yankees won the game. I don't know if he got the win. Alright, look at this design. I really like it. I love the full bleed here. I guess it's kind of a gradient to white but it's cool to not have a border on one side and not on the other. I think that's just a really interesting, unique design. So there's like some weird like little sort of design, lacy design over it or something, but just to have it totally, clean for one part, and then the border over here. All right, so I decided I was going to learn chess. All right, not to toot my horn, but I'm a pretty smart guy, objectively speaking. I've gone to top universities. I had to get very high test scores to get into those universities, and I've done well, in those places. And I like to think if there's a test or a game or something like that that requires intelligence, I should at least be, somewhat reasonable at it, right? But man, I started playing chess games, and if you go to chess.com, there's like an online chess game that you can easily play other people. And interesting, the default is basically 10-minute matches. So you get 10 minutes, and your opponent gets 10 minutes of time to make your moves. And that's relatively quick for a lot of people. I mean, for professional chess players, that's super long. They play much faster games than that. That's kind of what I started out. I just went on chess.com and I said play, and it says find a match, and you go and you play these 10-minute games, which are 20 minutes because everybody gets, each player gets 10. And man, I just got annihilated. I was so bad at it. I just I would make they're called blunders, when you basically make a giant mistake that leads to a loss of, a piece. Because you just didn't notice that there was a attacking piece, waiting to take your piece. So I'd make blunders all the time, and I'd just be like, oh, how do I not see these things? I know how the pieces move. I can see the friggin' board. Why am I making these mistakes? Well, I'm just maybe I'm just chess illiterate or something. Okay, I'm smart at some things, but chess maybe is this unique thing that I'm just really dumb at or something. Very cool, Wonder Franco rookie card. So I was kind of upset about it. I was kind of pissed off. Man, Jonathan India looks like kind of some Jesus character or something with this crazy hair and beard and stuff. I didn't know he had all that long hair. So anyways, I was just getting really frustrated for a while. On chess.com, so all chess players pretty much have a rating that, tells you kind of what skill level you're at, so you can find other players. And if you just log on to chess.com, you're also interesting. That's Spencer Torkelson, but he did not get a rookie card designation. He did not have a rookie card designation in Topps 2022 Series 1. But he certainly will be in Topps Series 2 or Topps Update, because he started the season with the Tigers, and he's one of the more interesting power hitters of the last few years. So watch out for Spencer Torkelson. He has not been doing well. I don't know if he's still in the bigs, actually. But anyway, so yeah, I really struggled it. So you get a rating of 400, and the professional chess players, the grandmasters, are generally 2,000 and above. And there's just a handful of guys in the world that are I think 3,000 and above. By the way, I realize I'm going to be mansplaining chess to a lot of people, or at least some people, who play a lot of chess, and you're yeah, we know this guy. And I apologize to you, but I'm trying to explain for people who don't really know anything about chess, so they're not struggling to understand what the hell I'm talking about. But anyways, when you go on chess.com, you get a rating of 400 to start, and then basically you just start playing matches. And if you lose, your rating goes down. If you win, you go up, and you play harder players, and kind of your rating just goes in one direction or the other. So I started 400, and I just lost like every match I played, and my rating was down to like 200 or something, which is basically like a frickin' third grader. Although there are like really young kids who are super good at chess, so I don't know if age is all that indicative of anything, but anyway, so like it was down to 200, and I'm just like I was like, I gotta understand, like, how do people learn chess? Like, are you just inherently good at it? And like, I'm just not, because my brain is broken. Well, it turns out it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like a sport, really, right? Like, you need to have some innate skill to do well, but you really have to practice. You have to learn what it is you should be doing strategically, and just on kind of a tactical level, right? So I think I googled like, why am I smart and so bad at chess or something like that. And basically, yeah, I mean, what I learned was, or at least what people were saying was like, yeah, you have to learn. I mean, like you can't just know what moves the pieces can do and then just use your brain and expect to do well. I mean, some people actually can, right? Like it's like music, right? Some kids who are prodigies can have never played a piano before, and they can sit in front of a piano and like play whatever they could hear like Beethoven's Fifth, and they could play it, right? Like there's that level of intelligence, and I think that's kind of what like the top player in the world, Magnus Carlsen, who started when he was just like very young. He kind of has that level of innate skill. But I think even that said, like I'm sure he studied and worked like really hard to learn the different like phases of the game. There's like a opening part of the game where you set up kind of your pieces and sort of try to figure out what your strategy is going to be. There's the middle part of the game where everybody starts like attacking each other and moving their pieces around to execute their strategy. And then there's the end game when you get to the point where like a bunch of pieces have been knocked off the board, and you've got to go for the kill, which is the checkmate. So there's different parts of the game, and those different parts have kind of different skills, and there's different basically like game plans or strategies that different chess masters have adopted, and that some have become like kind of famous as openings. And you have to like know what those are. You have to study them. You have to understand how they work. You have to just get used to putting those strategies into play. And of course, every chess game is a little bit different than almost every other chess game. There's just so many variations. So like, no, you can't just figure out a plan that's going to work for every situation. Absolutely not. You have to be able to be flexible, but you have to know kind of where the starting point is, and like little like 2 or 3 or 4 move kind of strategies that you can implement if the pieces are in a certain arrangement. So anyways, like I just started like kind of watching videos. There's a really good guy that I watch called Gotham Chess, because he lives in New York. And he does a ton of like videos that are like just analyzing chess matches that happen at tournaments. And I find those more entertaining than I think I do instructive, because there's those chess matches of professionals, grandmaster level players, are sort of fun to watch from a entertainment perspective, but like they get so complicated and so wonky so fast, for someone who's a beginner, that it's just like I'm not going to learn a whole lot that I can apply to my game. And what I found out is that like the way that grandmasters play is often quite different than the way that a beginner because they know so much and they, can think really far ahead, and they've seen a lot of things before, so they, sort of have to get a little bit more creative, more, earlier than somebody like me or anybody who's like even remotely close to me. So anyway, I just started watching all these videos, and it was really helpful. Like there's the Gotham Chess has a. I'm sorry for not talking about the sports cards, but you can see them. If you know, you know. This video is for the people, of which there are, I think, quite a few who watch my channel don't give two shits about sports or sports cards, but I don't know, for whatever reason they like to hear me babble. So here you're getting sports cards, visually, but a bunch of insane rambling about chess. That, if you've ever tried to learn chess and you've been frustrated, or maybe you're even learning now, or maybe you think you've been learning for the last 10 years, hopefully this video will maybe be enlightening for you and help you in some way improve. But Gotham Chess has a series, a bunch of series on, like basically how to start playing chess, and how to what are the sort of opening games that you should know as a beginner, and then like what are the kind of middle games and what are the end games. So if you want to learn just from scratch, like there's content out there from this guy and from lots of other people, really, where you can learn. I'm just trying to think, like I don't think we've gotten any parallels except like refractors. Although I don't even know if we've gotten a refractor that's not like a insert. So this has been pretty disappointing, I have to say. So yeah, okay, so how can I wrap up? Yeah, I don't think we've got any like refractors of the base cards. We've got like these kinds of refractors, which don't count because those are all refractors. Yeah, wow, so that's pretty lame. Not a single even refractor of a base card. Crazy. Crazy. So anyways, yeah, I started watching videos, and I started, what actually was super helpful for me was to stop playing like people, like actual people, and to start playing the computer, because it's so like helpful to be able to play. When you play the computer, you can like take moves back, and then and you can like ask for hints like on what the computer thinks your best move is for a given position, and that actually, so you could say, oh well, you're just cheating, and why are you cheating to win? But like the point is, if you can have those help, that sort of guidance along the way, you can see what you should have done instead of what you did, and then you learn from that. So you do that a few hundred times, and you're gonna do really well. So chess.com, and I actually ended up paying for a chess.com subscription. I'm gonna open this Bowman University and see what's up. So I ended up paying for a subscription to chess.com for like a year. It was like, I don't know what it was, $70 or something like that, $60. And then you have access to a bunch of different like AI programs that you can play. And they have different rating levels for different skills. And you can also like tell it like what level of I guess strictness you want in terms of like getting hints and taking back moves. So you could have it set so you like can't take any moves back and you can't get any hints, and that would be the toughest. The way that I usually play is I get like 3 takebacks and 3 hints, and I actually don't really use the hints all that much. Except sometimes I'm just like, man, I just really have no idea what to do here, what the best move is. And I want to see what the computer recommends, and so, I'll do that, and it's like, oh, okay, interesting. And I try to understand, like, why it's recommending that, and usually it's relatively apparent, but sometimes I gotta think about it. Anyway, so I usually play with 3 takebacks and 3 hints. And what I've been doing, recently is trying to like not use any of those takebacks or hints. And then when you finish the game, you can analyze it. The computer will basically go through and show you all the points at which you did something that was like not optimal, and it'll show you kind of what you should have done, and it will actually like do this really cool thing where it's like, oh, you made a blunder here. Do you want to try to replay that move? So it'll bring you to that point. Take back the blunder that you made, and then you try to guess the what the right move is, and then it'll tell you, oh, that was wrong. You want to try again, and then you just do it until you like figure it out, and it's like super helpful, I think, to have that kind of instruction. And the other thing is, they're called puzzles, which are exactly what they sound like. They're like basically they give you a position, in a game that's kind of played midway through or so, or a lot of times it's at the very end when there's like 4 pieces left on the whole board. And then basically you have to solve, like, you have to figure out what the best move is according to the computer for that position. And I've been playing a lot of those puzzles, and like you have a separate rating for your puzzle work versus your like playing other people rating. And I think my my puzzle rating is like up to like 900. And yeah, I don't know. I've been doing a lot of those, and I've been playing like the computer bots who have a rating, and like I've just been they kind of go from like a 200 rating all the way up to like Grandmaster level, like 2,500. And I've just been kind of starting at 200 and going through all the bots, and then when I beat him, I just move to the next one, and I'm on like, I don't know, like the 10th or 12th bot, and the rating of the bots that I'm playing now are like 1,100. And like basically I was doing takebacks pretty regularly, and it's pretty easy to win when you can take back like three moves, because you're probably not going to make more than 3 mistakes if you're paying any kind of attention. But now I'm trying to so like, are all these guys going to have first Bowmans? Because like every card in here is a first Bowman since this set didn't exist before. I think that's what's going to be the case. Look at this. That's one of the pink parallels exclusive to this product. That's not going to be numbered. Yeah, so I've been, just kind of trying to do like no hints, no takebacks, and seeing if I can still beat these bots. And what I've noticed is like basically if you just play a few dozen games, your brain just gets like way better at recognizing or like quickly scanning the board for like threats to your pieces. And when I started out, like my brain was just like not, like I was trying to find these things. I was trying to see where I had, pieces that were about to get attacked, and I still would miss them. But like, I don't know, after a while your brain just kind of gets trained, and it just can like see them more easily, more clearly. So, it's like fielding a ground ball, right? Like, you can be very athletically gifted, but like if you don't know what you're supposed to do to field the ball, like that you're supposed to, spread your legs, get down, bend your knees, keep your glove on the ground, wait till the ball comes to you, and you can lift the glove up. Like, you might just go out there and like, hold your glove like out like you're catching, and try to stab at it. Like, you could be Michael Jordan level of gifted, but if you don't know how to, like what you're supposed to be doing with your body and your glove, you're not going to be a good infielder. That's all there is to it. So it's very similar with chess, right? Like you can be smart all day long, but if you don't kinds of patterns to look out for in, like, pawns or something like that, to set up your attack or to, move into your opponent's territory, you're gonna suck. And, if your brain is not trained to just, like, repeatedly over and over and over, like, look for threats, like, after every move, you're gonna suck at chess, and I really did. So I'm kind of still training myself, and I'll start playing humans here shortly. But I don't know. I've really enjoyed doing, like, a lot of puzzles, and there's like hundreds of thousands of puzzles, so you get to do them all day long. And every time you do a puzzle, like, you're learning something, right? Like, your brain is going, oh yeah, okay, I see how I resolve that. This one says 2020 Bowman, 2022 Bowman U. I don't know what's special about that. Anyways, it's kind of fun that this whole set is first Bowman's, right? It's kind of like that Topps Chrome, whatever that was, basketball thing we opened where, like, every card was a rookie. So I don't know. I may still suck at playing humans just because there's a lot more pressure. Although I think I'm gonna play much slower games. I have a friend who I play tennis with, and he's a pretty big chess player too. He plays, online, and I played him once, and he's like invited me to a game, and it's like a 30-minute game. So each player gets 30 minutes total, and I was like, whoa, 30-minute games? What the hell? I've been playing 10-minute games. He's like, oh yeah, I would never do that. It's like, oh, well, that's probably part of the reason, because, like, if you don't really and I would always, like, run out of time when I played these 10-minute games, and I would lose a lot that way. Even if I could avoid, making serious blunders, I would just get annihilated on time, because, when you're brand new, like, you really want to sit there and study, and your brain is not prepped to find the threats very quickly, so you just, take a lot of time to find them all and be sure that your move is not going to create a crap storm for you. So those, like, 10-minute matches are terrible for beginners. You really should do unlimited or, like, 30 minutes. That's my other recommendation. So I think, like, playing those 10-minute matches to start was, like, a terrible idea, because you're not ready for it if you're just learning. So anyways, I've gotten, I would say, markedly better, and I have hope. I have hope I could continue to improve by just, playing more. And the thing is, I really enjoy playing, like, when I was playing these 10-minute matches and just getting my butt handed to me or running out of time. It was very upsetting. I was not having fun. But now I love just sitting and playing the computer bots and just taking my time. And those are unlimited time games, so I can take as much time as I want. I could, put the game away for a little bit, come back to it. I don't do that too much, but I can do that if I want to. And it's just a lot better. I just love it. I could just play games all day long. Like, it's kind of funny. I don't really find much in life that entertaining. Like playing tennis, I love playing tennis, although I actually get pretty pissed at it if I'm not playing well and I'm making mistakes. So there we go, silver, or a refractor, first refractor we've gotten. It's like not a pink one, and then we get the same guy. So here's Open Skyler is good, not numbered. So yeah, I don't know anything about these guys. I mean, we got a fair number of quarterbacks, and who knows if these guys will, ton of quarterbacks, but apparently everybody was drafted in the most recent draft was like a defensive player. But man, look at how many quarterbacks, so many. Quarterback, wide receiver, quarterback, cornerback, wide receiver. Anyway, so that was kind of, do we get, no, that was the same as one of the other picks I got, but anyway, so moral of the story is, yeah, like chess, is work. You gotta really figure out what to do. You gotta study. I mean, you can't just pick it up if you're an average, or even if you're above average intelligence-wise. It's really hard to pick. I'm sure some people are really gifted at it. It's kind of like music, right? Like, I'm a smart guy. I have fingers that work. So it's like thinking that I should be able to just easily play the piano is just like craziness. Like, I've tried to play the piano a lot over my lifetime, and I know damn well that the key, and again, there are some people who can just sit down at a piano and just, they have some weird genius, and they can just do really well. But the average, most people, 99% of people are not in that category. And if you want to get a good piano, you're gonna be. It's not, you can be as smart as you want to be, and that helps you a little bit, but not that much. It's really about, learning the basic music theory. It's about practicing and getting your hands and brain, the repetition of playing certain things so they can do it, easily. It's about, putting in the work, putting in the practice, and then combining that with your innate skill. And that's what I think, gets you to be a piano player or a chess player. And so that's the work I've had to put in, and hopefully I'll be somewhat decent, at least better than my kids. Unless they're geniuses at chess, which is possible, but not based on what I've seen so far from them. But they've not really played anything. They've just sort of tried to learn the moves of the different pieces. So, anyways, that's my long chess rant. I hope I didn't bore anyone to death. If I did, I do have a money-back guarantee on all my videos, so just let me know if you want to take advantage of that. Alright, thanks everybody. We'll catch you all next time. Oh, and I should say that chess would be a good thing too. I do a video of, I wouldn't do it on this channel, but I would do it over my random relaxing channel. If anybody's, there's so many people that play chess. I'm sure that there are quite a number of viewers of this channel and of this video who play chess and who are interested in chess and who would like to laugh at my attempts to play chess. And if you'd like to, combine that, there must be some ASMR artists there who have done chess content. It's just too obvious to not have happened. But, again, I'm such a beginner that, unless it's like entertainment, just to kind of hear me ramble about the chess that I'm playing and perhaps other things that come to my mind, you're probably not going to get a lot of value out of watching me play chess. If you've been playing more than 5 minutes, but again, I don't know. You guys watch me open baseball cards and ramble, so maybe it doesn't really matter what I'm doing on the screen. But anyways, I was just thinking like it would be pretty easy to do videos of me playing chess, because just put the screen up and watch the moves. Alright, well, so I may do that. I'm curious to know if I have any chess fans out in the audience here, or people who may be on chess.com. Alright, well, that's it for now.